We are just moments away from ending our Camino. We have walked from Portugal up into northern Spain, and we are just about to walk into that square. But before we can do that, it would be unfair to just jump into the festivities. You got to experience the whole thing. We got to go back to the beginning, and only then can we truly appreciate what's right around that corner. Hi, I'm Rick. Welcome back to the adventure. We are currently hiking the Camino de Santiago, and by the time you hear these words, we will have finished. Oh, thank God. They have a beer machine. Basically, in a nutshell, it is a pilgrimage, a hike. For us, it was 200 miles from Porto, Portugal, all the way to Santiago, Spain. You know, obviously, I'm not there yet, even though when this video is being made, I've done what I've done. I can't help wondering, what's it gonna feel like? Now, we went to Santiago, I don't know, a couple of years ago. We did it by bus, the tourism way. And I remember standing in that square and feeling everybody, feeling their emotions. And I remember thinking, maybe this is a good reason to go do my own Camino. You know, to feel what it's like, to feel what they're feeling. There is an unwritten rule on the Camino. You never ask anybody why they're hiking the Camino, because for every 1,000 pilgrims, there's 1,000 different reasons. Some people hike it for spiritual, religious reasons. Some people carry ashes of their loved ones. Maybe it's you're looking for something inside yourself. Maybe you want to leave something behind that you really don't like about yourself. But the other day, somebody actually did ask me. Somebody asked me why I'm walking the Camino. And I'll be honest, I really didn't like my answer. Walking the Camino basically comes in two parts. There's the walking part, and then there's the resting part, which raises the big question, where do you rest your weary head at the end of a long day's walking? Queen size bed? Queen size bed. We have a balcony that overlooks, but a lovely little side alley. Well, you have options. You actually have a lot of options. Everything from hotels, kind of on the expensive side. They have things called guest houses, which are sort of between a hostel and a B&B. We've done both of those. But primarily, you're going to be doing albergues. You probably heard me use that word a lot. I'm wondering what I meant by it. Big tough hill. Give me a second. An albergue is a pilgrim hostel. Pilgrim, that's you and I, because we're pilgrims on this walk. They are very specifically geared towards people who are doing this. They come in two basic flavors, the private variety and the public variety. We just came from a public one, so let's chat about that one first. So, you get paper sheet protectors, paper, whatever that is. Yes.
Oh, okay. You did fine.
My big question is, are those the only bathrooms? Do I have to wander through a maze in the middle of the night? Mildly confusing. They are about as bare bones as you can get. They're also the most affordable ones that you can get. 8 to 10 euros a night. That gets you a bed completely wrapped in blue plastic rubberized mattress covers and for your pillow. And they will either give you or sell you for €1 a paper sheet, which does absolutely nothing. That's where we were last night. It is what it is. It's a place to sleep, and you got to get out really early in the morning because it's a government entity. We stay in them quite a bit because we're trying to make this an affordable lifestyle for us. I'm going to have to get into that sometime in a much later future. I'm on a fixed income. When you're on a fixed income, you live in $8 a night places. Oh, and yeah, this big thing behind me, yeah, that's a 2,000-year-old Roman aqueduct. So why am I walking the Camino? Well, you know, I wanted to say Oh, because I want to explore my inner self. I want to discover if I'm on the right pathway to... The answer is this, literally, the thing you're watching. I'm hiking the Camino because of YouTube. Now, when I said that, my first thought was, oh, they think I'm just commercializing this. They think I'm just sensationalizing this. And that's what I didn't like about my answer, because I did not elaborate. The reason I am doing this Camino is to share it with other people, not to make fortune and fame from YouTube, trust me. I'm not making fortune and fame off of this channel, but because a lot of people can't come here. I wanted to walk this Camino for you, for people who may not be able to have the experience, and I wanted to do it in such a way that I took my time and I explored and I stopped and I smelled things, and I was able to share all of my experiences. So that's why I am here. That is why I am doing this Camino. Honestly, I've been pondering it for weeks now. I'm the same Rick that I was, maybe a little more chill, maybe a few less inches around the waistline. But am I accomplishing what I set out to accomplish? I think so. I hope so. Been a lot of wonderful comments back from these videos. I think I'm touching people. I think I'm showing them what it's like. So hopefully my Camino is a success. So what is the difference, Rick, between a public and a private albergue? Well, like I said, the private ones are, you know, they're kind of like living in a gymnasium or something with 5,000 of your closest friends. A public one is very similar. It just has more amenities. They're owned and operated by individuals or sometimes groups. And the people who own them, they take a lot of pride. Okay, and these are normal stamps. Every time you go to an albergue or a restaurant or anywhere, they'll give you a nice little ink stamp. Pretty, right? What they do is they take all these and they'll look at the dates, and when you get to the end, when you get to Santiago, they will determine if you have met the requirements for hiking. Well, they don't all have to be ink. Let me show you what she gave us last night. This is so cool. That's real wax with a real flower. And then she took this little gold pen and colored in everything. It is so, so neat. Her being her. So I love this thing. Absolutely love that stamp. So you get a little more amenities, but you get the owner, and they are wonderful. They are friendly. They do these things, a lot of them, called pilgrim dinners, where everybody sits around the table and has dinner together. The albergue provides the food, and that's when the camaraderie of the Camino really comes to light. There are so many people from so many places and so many. It's just wonderful having the opportunity to sit around and talk to everyone. The albergue owner usually participates. I mean, every single night they get to meet so many wonderful people coming through their doors and hear so many stories. That's why we stay at them primarily, mostly because you get the people. The people are more open. The environment is more friendly and conducive to chatting with folks. We were at one 2-3 nights ago, and the guy did a little poll. There were 14 different nationalities represented around that table. There was maybe, I don't know, 26, 30 of us. Where else in the world besides the United Nations are you going to go and you can travel to so many different countries just by talking to people from those places? Now, there is a downside to the Camino, and that is vulnerability. Everything that you own, everything that you need to survive is on your back. You're out here in the middle of nowhere at times. We haven't really seen another person in a very long time. So you got to get it in your head sometimes of what could happen. If you lose something important, how are you going to replace it? I don't see a store out here. It's not an overpowering feeling. And in fact, you can turn it around very quickly and make it an empowering feeling. Because everything that I own, everything that I need is back there on my backpack. I am self-sufficient. Am I vulnerable? Yeah, absolutely. Am I free? Yeah, even more absolutely. So maybe the biggest downside to the Camino is also one of its biggest upsides. Buen Camino? That's actually a really fun phenomena. Everybody says the same thing all the time. It's a greeting. It means good pilgrimage. Some people say buen dia, have a wonderful day. I was reading something on Facebook the other day. Somebody was lamenting that they're back in the States and they're going to work, and nobody wishes them a buen camino. Nobody wishes them a good day. No one even says hello. That is one of the fun things here. You don't say it because you're supposed to. You say it because you mean it. This is a water-fed, what do you call them, grindery? This is where people brought their grain to grind. It was also, according to the document that Nikki just read, a meeting place, which makes sense because while you're waiting for your grind to grind, you want to find all the latest gossip about the neighborhood. And this was the meeting place for people to come and get all of that good, juicy stuff. Which brings me to a good point. My biggest misconception of the entire Camino. In typical Rick fashion, I didn't plan anything. I did not watch YouTube videos. I just decided to come out here. I didn't know what I was expecting. Let's talk surfaces. When I first started the Camino, I had really no idea what to expect. In my mind, I thought it was all walking on groomed paved ways. And it's not. It's everything. You walk on beaches, you walk on sand, on boardwalks that are half rotten and bounce like a trampoline. You walk on gravel like this, on stones, on city streets. It's amazing how many different surfaces you actually walk on. Speaking of terrain, don't step on the terrain. Oh look, more terrain. Nikki's theory is that the sheep herders come out early to decorate the roads for the villagers because they like their roads fresh. So surfaces aside, the ground actually sort of goes along with, oh hi, cows. Surfaces actually go along with where you are. We have walked through every environment possible, from cows sitting in the field to rainforest to industrial areas to real cities and real towns and everything in between. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but it's very sudden. I mean, you're just walking along. This is what I thought it would be like. Everywhere was just peaceful, paved blacktop, and it happens, but this is not the norm. And after being out here for several weeks, I can tell you, I don't want it to be the norm. When you suddenly switch from this to vineyards, to a city, to you get to see and experience so much more culture, so many more ways of living. And it's not until that moment when you go, oh, there isn't just one Camino. It's 1,000 Caminos. I'm going to teach you a word in Galician because it's one I had learned the hard way. In Spanish, if you want juice, it's called jugo. They don't call it jugo up here. It's zumo. And it's freshly squeezed right out of the frickin' tree orange juice. You've never... California, Florida, sorry. Oh. And the pulp stays with you for the rest of the trip. There's seating, but I mean, there's no way in the world I could stand up in here. This is a vineyard, and they opened up a bar, but I like it. I love the shade, but man, you stand up quick because you got to pee. Oh, cool. The grapes are coming in. Hi. Didn't even see you guys. It's a really cool place. Oh crap, we got more ducky stuff. Chickens are making fun of me. So I have to touch on something really quick that I've already touched on earlier, but the whole reason we are doing things the way we do things is we can't afford to do them anyway. We both basically quit our careers, quit our lives. We're living on Social Security. So $4,000 a month doesn't go very far. That's why you stay on 8 to 10 euro a night albergues. That's why we live in a bus. Now, it's not a hardship. Actually, if anything, it's freeing. We don't need the things that we don't need. I was telling Nikki the other day that I love our life, the freedom that we have, the experiences that we have. We don't need money to have it. We just need the time and the ability, and you can find a way. I think that's something that's really been driven home on this Camino for me. Yeah, it's a little more expensive than living in the bus in Baja, which was godly cheap. And we are going to be exploring Eastern Europe a little bit to see how inexpensive that is. But there are wonderful places you can go to, and you don't got to spend a whole lot of money, and you don't have to work 60 hours a week to do it. Anyway, that little rant is over. Just thought I'd kind of explain in case you were wondering, oh my God, he must be a trust fund baby. That's how they could afford to do this. Oh, hell no, not even close. We had to think twice about just sharing one orange juice because it would be cheaper. Searching for the ever elusive arrow. Oh, there's one. Okay, so we go that way. That arrow is that way. I spend more time trying not to get lost. Which brings us to current times. This is our last day on the Camino, the final 12-kilometer push. In a couple hours, I'll be standing in the square. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about it.
I won't stop now when I'm talking about the weather. I won't stop now when I'm talking about the weather. Read my lips. I won't stop now when I'm talking about the weather. Read my lips. I won't stop now when I'm talking about the weather. I won't stop now when I'm talking about the weather. Read my lips. I won't stop now. I won't stop now. I won't stop.
I don't believe we walked here. There it is. We freaking made it. I just walked 200 freaking miles. Should I do the Mary Tyler Moore thing? Spin around and made it, baby.
We walked across two countries.
Yeah, I need a beer.
My picture, my celebratory.
Okay, you go, you celebrate. Where's all the excited people? They're all grumpy. I hear the bagpipe guy. The last time I was here, not as a pilgrim, this place was filled. It was a hot, warm, almost summer day, and there were so many people out here smiling. I don't want to go on the negative. I don't want to dwell on all the things that aren't here. I'm here. I'm freaking here in the middle of the square in Santiago. My little feet carried me all the way here from Portugal, and I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling everything. I'm feeling cold. I'm feeling wet. I'm feeling really freaking accomplished. I mean, thank you, feet. Thank you for bringing me here. Nah, you're bigger.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Buen camino. It's funny, I've never seen my name in Latin. Apparently I am Richardum. Now here's the fun part. I don't know how to leave this with you and I. I mean, look at this giant thing behind me. Do I simply go from here to check into a hotel and show you what the bathroom looks like? Nah, that does not seem right. We got a lot to do. We gotta get our Compostela. We gotta turn in our passport. We gotta get all kinds of paperwork. We gotta get out of the rain and get dry. Nope, I think this is the right moment to end this. I made it. I freaking made it. I cannot. I didn't know what I was going to feel when I got here. I don't even know how to describe what I feel now. I feel everything. I feel cold. I feel wet. I feel accomplished. I would do it again. I had planned all of this. Oh, what am I going to say to them when I get to the square? You know, am I going to say, oh, I don't think I would do this again. That's just a once in a lifetime moment. No. I'd do it again. I would most definitely do this again. Be healthy, be happy. Whatever Camino you happen to walk, hike, bike, drive, however you go. I'll see you soon.